Hey, what's going on, guys? Jilts2139 here, and today I figured I would do something different. I want to do more commentaries. I haven't been doing those lately. I've been doing mostly like tutorials and speedruns and stuff, and I wanted to do something different, something I can just sit back and talk to my subscribers, because doing tutorials every day and stuff like that is really hard to do. So, because there's only so much you can do in this game. So I am going to be looting the treasure room, so don't get mad at me saying, hey, you're copying Morning After Kill or anybody else out there, because other people do it too. So, and it's just a good way to relax and kind of sit back and enjoy a video, so I figured I'd do that. Anyways, today I wanted to do a top 10, well, not really a top 10, a 10 things I wish Gearbox would add to Borderlands 2. And I'm not, hating on the game or anything. I'm just mentioning 10 things that would be pretty cool if they were to add to the game. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So at number 10 on my list, I have pearlescent shields, relics, class mods, and grenades. Gearbox, they've added pearlescent weapons to the game already twice, actually. And it's like, why not have a little more variety and add some grenades and other cool stuff to the game? Because these weapons are pretty cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they have pretty cool effects and they're very unique. They're hard to get, and I'm not gonna lie, they're not the best, but they're definitely fun to mess with, and I would definitely like to see more variety of that. Maybe some cool special effects with the grenades and stuff, like something we haven't seen before, such as the rain grenade from Borderlands 1. I think somebody mentioned it, and I thought that was a really good idea because those grenades were a lot of fun. And yeah, oh god. Speaking of grenades. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see some other stuff out there just besides the normal weapons that we always see. And relics too. I mean, we've only got what? One legendary relic, which is the Blood of Terramorphous, and there's no really other rare relics out there. Everything else is just kind of E-tag and it's purples and stuff like that. There's no really rare relics to collect, and I think it would be pretty cool if we could farm for a new relic with new special effects, maybe some new add-ups, maybe like increase SMG ammo and also cooldown rate, just like kind of switch up the effects that with the relics can't do yet, you know what I mean? So moving on to number 9. Alright, at number 9 I have a raid boss weak to corrosive damage. And now you might argue that Master G is weak to corrosive damage, but actually that's not a bad grenade mod. Let me check my singularity, because I know I have one. It might be my save. What was the fuse time on that? 2.4? Yeah, we don't need it. Anyways, you might argue that Master G is weak to corrosive damage, but he's kind of just a unique boss because you just have him absorb acid pools and then dish out whatever type of damage you want on him. And that's not really a corrosive weak raid boss. We're talking about like they're weak to it, like Hyperius being weak to fire. And let's just go over the raid bosses. Hyperius weak to fire, Terramorphous weak to fire, Dexitus or Deciduous weak to fire, Voracitus weak to fire, Vermivorous weak to fire. Come on, what's up with all the fire? It's like there's no corrosive weak raid bosses. And Shock's kind of just that shield breaking element that really doesn't have a weakness to any enemy really, so. But yeah, I would like to see a corrosive weak raid boss, maybe a giant robot or something like that, because it'd be pretty cool, because we need to switch it up, not just have every raid boss be weak to fire, because that's pretty dumb. Anyways, let's move on to number 8. At number 8, we have more unique enemies. And now, most enemies in this game just, they have a gun, they shoot at you, or they like to hit you, or throw grenades at you, or something like that. I would like to see more variety, not just enemies you can just shoot in the face and then kill them. For example, what's a good one? A Jackenstein. He's got the cores on his back. You gotta shoot those out first before you can damage him, and then he exposes his inner body core or whatever it is, and you can take him out then. I mean, that's more of a boss, but like just enemies that have different phases would be pretty cool. What's another good example? A Crystalic. I mean, you have to shoot off his legs before you can damage him. You can't just shoot his body because it'll just deflect bullets. And I think it'd be pretty cool if they had enemies like that where you had to actually study your fight and try different techniques to find out how you're going to have to beat out this boss. And that'd be pretty awesome if they were to add more stuff like that, because just shooting straight at stuff is, I mean, yeah, it's kind of the point of Borderlands 2, but to figure out how an enemy actually works and have a different strategy against them would be pretty awesome to have. So let's move on to number 7. At 7, we have black rarity items. And before you get on me about, it existed before with the mods and stuff, I'm talking about like legit vanilla in-game black rarity items. And it doesn't even have to be black. It could be a different color, maybe like dark red or something like that. Just because legendaries and pearlescents are actually quite easy to come by end game, and they're not that hard to find. And I think it'd be pretty cool to see a higher, more rare item in the game. Because back in Borderlands 1, pearlescent weapons were so hard to come by. Like, finding one was just like the best feeling ever, because you had to farm so hard for them, or sometimes people just never even saw them. I mean, they were that rare. And I would definitely like to see something a little more rare, maybe a little more powerful, because I'm not going to lie, once you reach the overpowered levels in this game, your weapons really don't do a whole lot. You're just stuck with your Herald and your Grog Nozzle and just the boring, basic old stuff. And I would like to see more variety over that with a higher, better tiered weaponry and, grenade mods and all that good stuff, of course. It would be pretty cool to see, because I would definitely like to see more rare items in the game and farm for some more rare items that are definitely hard to come by. So, moving on to number 6. At 6, we have weapon forging. And the reason for this is because if you're farming for a legendary, for example, let's say you're farming for a Bada Boom. Now, first of all, a legendary drop is quite, rare. The Bada Boom being a 3% drop from King Mong. And if you get the drop, you're not always going to be satisfied with the element, or maybe if you actually study this stuff, but the sight or the stock or the barrel or the grip and all that stuff. That's really hard to do, is get exactly what you're looking for in this game. And with weapon forging, I think it'd be pretty awesome if you could just like farm up a weapon. Let's say you farm up a Bada Boom that doesn't have the right element that you want, or stock or barrel or whatever, and you want to change that. That would be pretty cool if you could just like go to a place in the game where you can put down a good amount of money and change your parts, or like change your element on your weapon. I think that'd be pretty sweet, because it's such a pain to... did I fall in the hole? No. Wait. Oh, okay. That wasn't the hole. There's a hole kind of in that area where you could fall into and you're basically stuck, so... don't fall in there. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, basically forging weapons. Like, you can put down a good amount of money, maybe some iridium plus some cash, and then like change your element or your prefix on the weapon, or your parts on the weapon, like your stock or your sight, because some of the sights in this game are actually pretty ugly. So, and maybe you could also like combine weapons. Like, let's say you have a Malawan pistol with a Jacob's grip, but you want a Malawan grip. Maybe you could put down another Malawan pistol and combine them together to give your weapon a Malawan grip. I think that would be pretty sweet. So, alright, that basically covers that, so let's move on to number 5. At 5, we have more environmental effects. And now what I mean by this is basically the environment around you, like what it does and how it interacts with the player. For example, in Three Horns Valley, you have the glaciers, and Iridium Blight, you have the lava falls and stuff like that. I think it'd be pretty cool if they were to add just like more environmental effects, such as like maybe earthquakes randomly happen and the ground breaks from underneath you, or like a volcano's erupting in the background, and you have to dodge falling lava or ash or something like that. That would be pretty awesome if they were to add more stuff like that, because this game, it's just a big area, with ground to cover, and then of course enemies and chests and all that stuff. I think it'd be pretty cool if they were to add more variety to that. Like I've said before, variety is kind of an important thing in this game, so I think it would be pretty cool. Maybe like there's an ocean in the background and a tsunami. I don't know why I call it tsunami. I've always called it that when I was a kid, and it kind of stuck with me ever since. A tsunami like comes in and hurts you or something like that. That'd be pretty cool just to see more environmental effects. Maybe a tornado will form, or it rains a little more. I mean, it kind of does rain in Cataracts Crack, but it's not really heavy rain or anything like that. So, but just more environmental effects that actually interact with the player. That would be pretty cool. And yeah, let's move on to number 4. At 4, we have better shift rewards. And basically, Randy Pitchford and, of course, other developers in the Gearbox, they give away golden keys all the time, which is good for opening the chest in Sanctuary to get yourself a purple and an E-Tech weapon and shields and all that good stuff. And, I mean, that's pretty cool, but, like, I feel like shift, after you get to endgame, like most players, or quite a few of us actually, there's really not anything valuable with the shift code account, and I think they need to give away better stuff. I mean, they do give away heads and skins, which is cool sometimes, but maybe some weapons or some I don't know, maybe like some iridium stacks or something like that, because some players have trouble with that. And I think it'd be pretty cool just to give us something different other than golden keys, because they're really not that, cool or fun to come by anymore. It's just like, hey, here's 3 golden keys, and it's just like, what am I gonna do with that? And just waste them on a chest? And it's just like, I don't know. It's good for a new character, I guess, or a new player, but once you reach endgame, it's just really not that important anymore. I think it'd be pretty cool if they were to give away, like, maybe legendaries, or it doesn't even have to be legendaries. Maybe it's like a nice quad shotgun or something like that. That would be nice, just to switch it up a little bit, because it's just kind of bland to be just getting golden keys all the time, or a head and skin. Just switch it up. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, let's move on to number 3. At 3, we have a new DLC character based on speed and stealth. And now you're probably thinking, oh, we already have 6 DLC characters, we don't need another one. And, I mean, it's true. I mean, we have quite a lot to play with already. But I just feel like if they were to add a new one, it would be awesome if they were to add one that's based on speed and stealth. And I lost connection to Steam. Why does that keep happening? Anyways, you might argue that Zero's kind of like the stealthy character in this game, but honestly, he's not. I mean, sure, he can go into deception for 5 seconds, but then you have to kill an enemy and with a melee or a grenade, and then get yourself back in deception. But there's no like true longevity to that. I mean, you can't just go into deception and run through an area, because once you appear and the enemies see you, they're all just going to start shooting at you. And it's kind of a pain sometimes. Some players just want to just burn through an area and not have to worry about the enemies. Maybe they're trying to farm a certain enemy or boss for a drop, and they have to run through a bunch of enemies, and of course they're going to have to always have their overpowered shield to do it, like the Sham or something like that. And some players just don't want to do that. They just kind of want to just sneak past the enemies and ignore them. And that's why I think it'd be pretty cool if you have a speedy, stealthy character that could do that. Like, kind of like Lilith maybe from Borderlands 1, how she goes into phase walk and you can just kind of run through the enemies, but I mean they see you, but maybe something like that except they don't see you. That'd be kind of cool, I think. So yeah, moving on to number 2. At number 2 we have the Hyperion Moonbase DLC. Now, for most people's top 10s and top 5s that I've seen, they usually say the Hyperion Moonbase for number 1. And the reason it's not number 1 on mine is because I have a pretty big one for number 1 that I wish they would add. And we'll get to that in a minute. But let's go over why we want the Hyperion Moonbase. And obviously it's obvious because everybody wants to go there and blow up a Hyperion Moonbase and get a bunch of loot and all that stuff. And that grenade just almost killed me. Jerk. So yeah, the Hyperion Moonbase, like, it's been up in the sky. Characters, or why do I keep saying characters? People have been wanting to go there ever since they saw it, and it's kind of just been hanging out up there saying, hey, you need to come up here and blow me up, but we can't do that yet. So I really want to do that. Maybe they can add the Hyperion robot boss up there that's weak to corrosion, the raid boss I was talking about earlier. That'd be pretty cool. And of course have a major treasure room, like not some weak treasure room like this one we're looting now, but some super big one, maybe like General Knox, where it's timed and you have to run through it and get what you can before the timer blows up or whatever bomb goes off. That'd be pretty sick, I think. And yeah, I mean, we don't know if it's gonna be coming out for sure. They're pretty quiet on releasing DLC and upgrades and updates and all that stuff, so we don't know. It could be out in Borderlands 3 when they make that. But hopefully we'll be seeing it in Borderlands 2 at the end of its lifetime. So let's move on to number 1. And at number 1, drum roll please, SDK. Now if you, oh, hold on a second. That's actually pretty good on the fuse time, 0.1. I will take that. Anyways, SDK. If you don't know what an SDK is, basically it's a software development kit that allows players to mod the crap out of a certain game. And for example, this game, if we were able to mod just new levels, new enemies, new items, that would just be amazing. Like, if you haven't seen what people have been able to do in Borderlands 1 with an SDK kit, it's just amazing. Like, people make custom maps and it's just really, really cool. Go ahead and like go into YouTube and search up like Borderlands 1 custom maps, and you'll just see what people can make, and it's incredible. And unfortunately, Randy Pitchford has already mentioned that he's not on the side of wanting to make an SDK for Borderlands 2, which is kind of sad. I don't know if this is his choice or if it's the developers that won't be able to make it, or if it's 2K Gaming that allows them not to make it. They really haven't released why they're not going to do it, but for the most part they said that they're not going to do it, and that's kind of sad because this game would be amazing. I mean, it would promote sales and just, oh my god, I barely made that. I'm surprised I haven't failed it yet. Usually I fail it at least like 1 or 2 times, but anyways, just if you go search up like Skyrim, for example, you can just see what people do with that game. Just, it's amazing, like what you can do with a game and an SDK kit. Just all these custom mods, like Star Wars and I don't even know, Dragon Ball Z, and just like you could just make anything pretty much possible in a game that you really like, such as Borderlands 2, for example. And not only that, it would definitely promote sales. I mean, people would be like, okay, you know, I didn't want to buy this game before, but seeing what people can make with this game and the mods, I might want to buy it, you know? Because one of my friends, I'm not going to lie, he wasn't big on Grand Theft Auto 4, or just Grand Theft Auto in general. But once he saw what you could do with the mods in that game, he bought it, and he just started messing with all them mods and stuff, and it's pretty awesome, I'm not going to lie. Like, just imagine... trying to remember, there's a YouTube channel I've seen, Nola for the Win. If I can remember, I'll try to link it in the description. If not, go ahead and search that channel up. He or she, I don't know who they are, but they make custom, or she makes, I don't even know if it's a he or she, god dang it. He or she makes custom mods for Borderlands 1. There's a really cool one I watched. They made a gun that shoots another gun that shoots another gun that shoots another gun that shoots Bud Stallion, that shoots a Nova, and it's just amazing what you can do. And also, they made a D20 dice that you throw and roll, and it can do amazing stuff such as summon loot or summon enemies, and it's just amazing what can be done with an SDK in this game. Just thinking about, am I stuck? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh jeez. No, I'm good. It's just amazing, like the endless possibilities what could be added to this game, and wow, I would just love to see an SDK. Definitely would. A lot of people would want to see that. So, anyways, this has been a very long commentary. I don't usually commentate this long. We're looking at about 9.5, or not 9.5, 19.5 minutes, and that's insane. Usually I don't commentate that long. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little top 10. Please be sure to leave your comments down below what you would like to see in Borderlands 2. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I would highly appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.